We're going to switch gears a little bit today. We're going to do a power yoga workout. So we're going to keep it flowing, we're going to keep it strong, we're going to keep it fun, and we're going to get a good workout, and hopefully after we'll feel restored and invigorated and ready to take on the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the year. So let's get to it. Okay, I want you to get onto your mat. We're going to start off in child's pose. So go ahead and settle your forehead on the mat, arms by your side. You can separate your knees if you want to place your torso between your knees. And just hold here, getting present in today's workout. Think about lengthening through your spine as you hold. Soften your arms. And breathe deeply. Just feeling the heaviness in your body as it sinks into the mat. And we're going to hold there for a couple more breaths. So just allow yourself to settle, clear your mind, and just be present in the workout to come. Good. How about one more deep breath? Then come on up into quadruped, so on all fours. Nice and strong, shoulders on top of your wrist, hands spread out wide, spine in neutral, so you have just a little arch in that lumbar spine, back of the neck long. Take your right arm, left leg, and reach out nice and long in a nice spinal balance. So really reach your fingertips away from your toes and just hold. And feel the strength in that left shoulder as it supports. Okay, so here, stabilizing there, shoulders are level, hips are level. Again, back of the neck long, shoulder blades apart. Reaching your fingertips away from your toes, so really feel that opposition as you lengthen. Okay, then you're going to take your left foot, flex the foot, and point, and flex, and point. So you're mobilizing through that ankle, and again, flex, and point. Staying strong in that left shoulder. One more time, and hold. Here, take your right hand and just rotate, mobilizing through that wrist. And then go in the opposite direction, still holding that spinal balance. And then take that foot and circle it. And around, so just working out through the ankle and that wrist while maintaining that spinal balance, staying strong. Good. And then lower down. Let's do the other side. So left arm, right leg, reach out. Nice and long, strong in that right shoulder away from the ear, reaching through your left fingertips, right toes. Feel that opposition, hips level, shoulders level, spine is in neutral. Take that right foot, flex and point, and flex and point. So really pull your toes toward you and point again. And hold, take your left hand, circle it around through that wrist, and then start to circle that foot, that right foot. And then reverse the direction. So warming up that ankle and that wrist. Good, and back here, lower back down. Good. And then go ahead and wiggle side to side through your spine. Release. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, catch, stretch, tucking the tailbone under. And then inhale, cow, dropping the belly down, lifting through the chest. And exhale, catch, stretch, tuck, tuck, tuck. And inhale into cow. And then back into neutral. Going to press forward into a plank on your knees. So here, shoulders away from the ears. Back of the neck long, all those form checks. And you're going to push your shoulders away from the ears and try to keep your elbows above your wrists. You're just going to lower down, elbows close to your sides. So feel those triceps lower down onto the mat. Okay, then you're going to press up, lift up into a cobra. So open up that chest, wiggle if you need to. And go ahead and push back into that child's pose. Pressing through your hands, shoulders down away from your ears. Sending that seat back, feeling that stretch. Good. And then push back into that quadruped. Right arm, left leg, reach here. Okay, elbow to knee here. And then reach. As much as possible, try and keep your spine in neutral. Elbow to the knee, you don't have to touch. And two more, elbow to the knee. And reach one more time, elbow to the knee. And reach. And then hold, elbow to the knee, toward the knee. They don't have to touch, as I said. You can just lift to the side and down. 2 more times, side and down. 1 more, side and down. Lower your right arm, take that left leg, and it's going to mobilize to that hip. So circling that hip around. And then let's go in the opposite direction. Here. And 2 more. And lower it down. Left arm, right leg, reach here. Nice reach here. Elbow to the knee, keeping your spine in neutral. And reach, elbow toward the knee here. And reach. Think about that right shoulder staying strong away from the ear. And reach 1 more, elbow to the knee here. And then reach. And here, lift to the side. And down. 2 more. Up and down. Warming the leg, warming the shoulder, and down. Take that right leg and circle around. Big circle. Opening up to that hip. And again, let's reverse the direction. There we go. And round. 1 more time, circling around and hold. So I forgot about that shoulder. So left arm circles around and around. Good. And around. Let's go in the opposite direction. Here, nice circles. Keep that shoulder away from the ear. And 1 more. Let's do the right arm. Circles around and around. Keep breathing. And then reverse the direction. Circle. Nice. That left shoulder staying strong. 1 more time here. Good. Tuck your toes in there. Let's push back into downward facing dog. Press through your hands. Lengthen through your spine. Draw those heels toward the mat as much as you can. Knees are soft. Really lengthen through your spine. You can pedal your feet. Good. And press back. Walk your right foot up. Left foot up. Inhale. Lift through your chest. And exhale. Forward fold and rise all the way up into standing. Here, bring your hands into prayer. Here. Then lift your arms up. Then you're going to reach over to the left side, get a side stretch, a lateral flexion here, and then back to center. Reach to the right, and then back to center. And then go ahead and open your arms up, bend through your knees, okay, so that you can open up through your chest. Now try not to take the arch in your lower back. Open up through your chest, arching through your thoracic spine. Just hold, really pull the shoulders back, stretch out those pecs. We oftentimes sit in front of the computer, hunched over. So really open, take that opportunity. Inhale, all the way up. You're going to swan dive down, lengthen through your spine. And monkey, lift through your chest. Place your hands onto the mat. Walk your left foot back, right foot back into a plank here. You can drop your knees onto the mat if you want to, or stay on your toes. Push forward, elbows above your wrist, lower it down. Inhale, cobra. With your belly on the mat, or upward facing dog. If you're ready, exhale. Push back, downward facing dog. Press your heels into the mat. Really lengthen through your spine. Good, walk your legs together. Glue them. Lift your heels up, bend through your knees. And you're just going to send your knees to the left, hips to the right, and press through your hands. So feel a nice lat stretch. So really sink into this stretch. And then back to center, other side. So knees to the right, hips to the left. And press through your hands as you press your hips back. Lengthening through that side. Sink, sink, sink. Breathe. And back to center here. Pressing back. And immediately we're going to take it down into a quadruped with our knees hovering above the mat. So we're going to target that core right away. So knees are just hovering. Of course, if you need to lower them down onto the mat, that's fine. So activate that core, pull that belly in toward your spine, back of the neck is long. For 4 and 3, good. 2 and 1, push back. Separate your feet about hip distance apart. Take it into a plank. Okay, on your knees, your toes, push forward, lower down, elbows close to your sides. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Breathe, feel the stretch in your chest. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Drive those heels into the mat. Now you're going to walk 1 foot at a time, or you're going to hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, monkey, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees. You want to try and keep your spine in neutral. Inhale, lift all the way up into standing. Hands together. You're going to lean to the right. Feel that stretch. To center, lean to the left. And back to center, bend through your knees. Sink your hips down, open up through your chest. And again, arching through that thoracic spine, that lower back. Pulling your shoulder blades together as you open up through that chest, that pec stretch. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive down, lengthen through your spine, all the way down. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, walk or hop your feet back behind, taking it into a plank and hold. Okay, you can drop to your knees. We're gonna do some arm shoulder work. Okay, so we're gonna focus on the triceps. So if you're on your knees, we're gonna lower down until our upper arms are parallel with the mat and press back up. Okay, you can do it on your toes. Take it down and press back up. Good job. And let's go again. And push back up. We got 2 more of these, just 2 more. So down and push back up. And 1 more, take it down and push back up and down. So half more down here. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, pushing. And exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Press with your hands, drive the heels down and breathe. Good. Good. And lift your toes, bend through your knees, walk 1 foot at a time or hop. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend your knees to lengthen your spine. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands into prayer. Now take your arms out, feet parallel about hip distance apart. We're going to take it down to a squat. Swing your arms down by our sides. Okay, so here. Now we want you to check your forearm, knees, track above your feet. Here, down. Now we're going to forcefully lower our arms down as we exhale. I want you to think about releasing any stress from your body. Exhale. Let it go. We've got 2 more of these. Here we go. Exhale. Let it out. 1 more time. Here we go. Final chance. Exhale. Let it out. Take it to your toes this time. So you're going to balance on your toes here, nice and tall. Okay, so feel the strength in your ankles as you hold. Core is engaged, belly is in. Shoulders down away from your ears. And then lower your heels down, hands together up above. You're going to reach to the left. Get that side stretch. And then back up. Reach to the right. And then back up, bend to your knees, open your arms out, open that chest, really open to that chest, pec stretch. Good, breathe, pinch, and inhale, swan dive down, lengthen. Inhale, monkey, lift your chest, exhale, forward fold, walk or hop your feet back behind, top of a push-up. Okay, so here, we're gonna immediately lower down into chaturanga, down here, and push back up. Okay, so down. Okay, now here's your progression if you want. We're going to lift the left leg up, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Up. And exhale, downward facing dog, push back. Drive your heels down into the mat. Press through your hands, lengthen through your spine. Very nice. I'm going to push forward into a plank once again. Okay, so one option on your knees, lower down and lift. Next option on your toes, lower down and lift. Here's your final option. Lift your right leg up this time, lower it down. From here, cobra or upward facing dog. Lift your chest and exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Press into your hands, heel toeing through your feet. Whatever you need to do. Good. Lift up onto your toes, bend your knees, look up at your hands, walk or hop your feet. To your hands, inhale, monkey, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up into standing, open up to the chest. And inhale, bring your hands into prayer. You're gonna walk your feet together. Okay, we're gonna do a strong chair this time. So squeeze your inner thighs. Okay, we're gonna sink it down, reach your arms out, thunderbolt. You can wrap your thumbs around if you want to, and reach your fingertips up to the sky at a diagonal, sinking those hips down. Squeezing your inner thighs, spine is in neutral. Okay, so try not to arch that lower back, spine is in neutral. Good, weight in your heels. Now if you can, sink those hips down a little bit more. Good, and hold. Modification is to place your hands on your thighs or lift a little bit higher. Okay, just hold. Okay, 3 and 2 and 1. Now bring your hands into prayer here, or you can keep your hands on your thighs for support. I want you to think about pressing your hands together where you have your hands in prayer. So pressing to engage the shoulders, the back. Shoulders stay away from the ears here. Good. Now we're going to take it to a twist. So if you're here, just going to twist to the right like so. If your hands are together, you're going to twist to the right like here. Press your hands together. Fingers turn in toward your chest. If you want to, you can place your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. And if you're ready for it, you can open your arms up. Now be sure your knees are not shearing. They're staying aligned. Breathe. Bring your hands back together if they're open. Back to center. Reset here. Press your hands together, shoulders down, or hands on your thighs. Okay, good. Now, if you've started to rise, you want to sink down a little bit. Back again to reset. Go ahead. Okay, so here, rotate to the left, or here, press your hands together. Fingers turn into your chest open. And if you want, you can use that right arm against that left thigh to really leverage a twist. And 3, and 2, and 1. Back to center. Nice. Gonna press all the way up onto our toes. Hands are pressing together. Lift. Hold here. Balance, balance, balance. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those glutes. Core is engaged. 3, and 2. Excellent. And 1. And release. Good. Separate your feet about hip distance. Inhale, big breath. Exhale, swan dive. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale, monkey, lift your chest. Feel the stretch through your hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Walk or hop your feet back behind. Top of a push-up here. Good. And just gonna hold, press forward, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Good. And exhale, downward facing dog. Push back into downward. Breathe. Catching your breath. Nice work. Okay, so we're going to take that left leg, we're going to kick it back behind. Okay, now we're going to keep it lifted. We're going to take it into a plank. I want you to feel the glute engaged, your left gluteal. Okay, so as you hold here, so that left gluteal, you want to feel it engaged the entire time. So squeeze it, and then take it into a plank. Okay, go as far down as you can into that plank. Try to get your hips level, but don't worry if you don't get there. And again, squeeze that glute, make sure it's engaged. Okay, good. And up. And again, hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you want to modify and place that right knee on the mat, go ahead. Now we're going to progress. Take that leg out to the side and hold. Good. 3, and 2, and 1. In line with your mat, kick back up. And again, back down here. If you want to lower that right knee, go ahead. Check that left gluteal is engaged. Bring that leg out to the side. Arms, shoulders working hard as you stabilize. And bring it back and lift back up. You've got one more set of these. And into that plank. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that left gluteal. Hold. Out to the side. Hold. Strong. Whew. Nice. Back in line with your mat. And back up. And lower back down, switch sides, so right leg kicks up. First, feel the stretch to the back of that left leg. Okay, keeping that right leg lifted, level your hips. We're going to take it into a plank. Hey, I want you to feel that contraction to that right gluteal, very important, without arching that lower back. Hey, lower back stays in neutral. You're squeezing that right butt cheek. Good. And then back up. Feel the stretch to the back of that left leg and take it back down into that solid plank here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice. And then back up. And adding on this time, so we're going to take it into that plank. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You can drop to your left knee if you want to. Take that right leg out to the side and hold. Good. Feel a little struggle start to set in. But maintain your form. And back and lift up. Breathe, and here we go again, back into that plank. Squeeze that right gluteal, strong in your shoulders, away from your ears. Right leg out to the side. Good. And then back, and kick up. Last time, squeeze that right gluteal into that plank. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Get that contraction. Right leg out to the side and hold. Beautiful. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Back in line, kick it back up. Woo! Lower down, you can pedal your feet. Lower your knees and let's take it to a quick child's pose. So sit back on your heels, forehead on the ground, arms down by your side and rest. And breathe. Good. And come on up. Circle your hands a little bit, shake out those wrists. And stretch out the wrist flexors and extensors. Good. Your toes are tucked under, feeling the stretch through your toes. Soles of your feet as well. Okay, so picking it back up, back into quadruped. Okay, now I'm going to press back into downward facing dog. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to take it into a plank as we bring that right knee toward the left elbow, so cross body, even higher if you can. Okay, so feeling your obliques. And then back here. Okay, now this time, we're going to bring it to that left elbow. As we bring that right foot back, we're going to either place it to the left side of that right foot or far out to the left. Okay, so just experiment a little bit on the first one. And then we're going to press back into down dog. Okay, I want you to find that stretch in that right gluteal and right outer thigh. So if you find it with that right foot closer to the left foot, that's fine. If you want to take it further out to the side, that's another option. You want to try and get your hips square though. And just hold. Good. And then let's take it back into that plank, right knee to that right elbow. And then send that right foot back into downward facing dog. And again, right knee to left elbow. Right foot to the outside of left foot or out to the side, back into that gluteal under thigh stretch. And back in. Foot down, downward facing dog. One last time, right knee to left elbow. Right foot to the outside of the left foot or to the side and press back. Feeling that stretch. Press through your hands, staying active there. Lengthen through your spine. Bring that elbow to the knee. And settle that foot back, downward facing dog. Let's go right into the other side. So left knee to right elbow here. So feel those obliques. And then press back. And right knee to right, left knee to right elbow. Left foot to the outside of your right foot or to the side and press back. Okay, so again, finding that stretch in that gluteal under thigh of that left leg. And then knee to the elbow, downward facing dog. Really find that stretch as you press back, drive your heels down into the mat. So make each pose work. Okay, so here we go. Elbow to the knee, obliques, obliques. Maybe lift that knee a little higher. Left foot to the outside of that right foot or to the side. Press, press, press for that stretch. Elbow to the knee. Here. Into downward facing dog. So nice and square. Elbow to the knee. And that glute stretch. Leg out to the side or to the right side of that right foot. Elbow to the knee. And just the plain old downward facing dog. Press through your hands. Lengthen through your spine. Beautiful work. And then go ahead and take it into a plank and lower your belly onto the mat. Hands below your shoulders. Okay, your toes are tucked under. I want you to straighten your knees. So engage the muscles along the lower part of your body. Take your upper body, just reach forward. Kind of like you're doing a cobra. So lifting to your chest, shoulders away from the ears. Belly pulled in, so just notice your lower back. Make sure it's not jamming. Okay, so think about reaching forward more than reaching up. Lifting up and just hold. Good. Then you're going to take your left arm, reach out, and then you're going to pull a lat pull. So pull it down by your side. Reach out, and then lat pull. Think about pulling your shoulder blade, your left shoulder blade, down along your back as you bring your arm down. Still engaging the muscles along the lower part of your body. And pull. One more time. Reach and pull. Then we're going to do the other side. So right arm extends and pull. Staying strong. That belly is locked in place. Pulling in toward your spine to support that lower back. Engaging the muscles along the lower part of your body. So lots going on. Good. Two more. Reach out and pull. And one more. Reach out and pull. And hold here. Back into that back extension. Shoulders away from the ear. Reaching your upper body forward. So really lengthen as you hold. Squeezing the lower part of your body. 3 and 2 and 1. You're going to roll over onto your side. Okay, so here on your knees, you're going to lift up into a side plank on your knees, or if you want to, you can extend your legs long. Okay, you're going to take your left arm overhead or the top arm overhead, and you're just going to bring it to the side as you initiate a little crunch to that left waist and reach and crunch. Okay, now if you want to, take that top leg and meet that elbow and reach and crunch and reach. Okay, that leg lift is optional, so do what you can. and reach, and crunch, and reach. Good. And crunch. One more time. Reach and crunch and hold. You're going to pivot over onto your forearms into a forearm plank. Legs are together, squeeze and just hold. Hold. Squeeze. Nice. Good. Check your form, shoulder blades apart. Squeeze in the legs, squeezing the glutes. Belly is pulled in, back of the neck long. And hold. 8 and 7 and 6. Keep breathing. 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Lower it down. We're going to swing our legs around into the side planks on the other side. Okay, so here we go. Forearms, knees here, or extended legs. Top arm reaches overhead, that right arm, and then crunch through that waist, right waist, and reach and crunch. Okay, so that's one option. You can do this on your knees as well to modify, or if you want to, take that top leg and meet that elbow to that knee and reach. That left shoulder stays strong. Make sure it doesn't hike up to the ear. So very important. Good. And reach. And crunch. 3 more. Reach. And crunch. Last 2. Reach. And crunch. Last 1. Reach. And crunch. And reach. Nice. And release. We're going to roll over onto our backs. I'm going to turn to some ab work. So on our backs, arms down by our sides. We're going to reach our arms toward our hips, bring our knees into our chest. We're going to extend our right leg, left knee stays bent, and we're just going to hold here. Okay, hold. Modification, leg closer to the ceiling, like so. Okay, and just hold, feet are flexed. Now, what we're going to do, okay, you can just hold here, that's one option. The other option is to take your arms out to the side, just let them float. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, and then you're going to snap them back by your side. Just float. So feel the expansion, and then whoosh, you're going to push all that air out. So expand and push, and expand and push. Feel the tightening through those abs. Expand and push. One more. Expand and push, and switch. So left leg kicks out, right knee is bent. Okay, hold here, or if you want, expand and push. Expand, just let them float. Getting big, and good. Expand, legs stay quiet, and push. 2 more, expand and push. 1 more, expand and push. Hands behind your head, point your toes, left shoulder to the right knee, and switch. Crisscross and cross. Good. And cross and cross. Good. And cross and cross. Obliques cross and cross. And 8 and 7. Good. 6 and 5. Go. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Bring your knees into your chest. Couple tugs. Extend your legs long, arms overhead. A little release to those abs. And then roll over onto your side. Rise up, take it into a wide stance. Toes are turned out slightly. Okay, so feel secure, nice and strong, upright through your torso, hands behind your head. Just supporting your head, try not to pull on your head. Okay, upright through your torso, as I said. Okay, bend through your knees, so feel the glutes engaged to keep the knees open wide. So try not to let those knees collapse in. You're going to reach to the side and back, other side. So feel the contraction to the side. Good. And here. And here. And let's do 1 more to each side. Okay, now we're going to hold it to the right. Hold. We're going to extend our arms down, out, and then you're going to reach toward the floor as we tilt over. If you want to bend your knees a little bit more, use that right arm to press against that thigh as you look to the ceiling. So feel that stretch through your inner thigh, that opening through your chest. If you want to drop that arm back, you can, and just hold. Feel the contraction in your legs as you hold that squat for 3 and 2 and 1. Rise all the way up, hands behind your head. You're going to take it to the left and to the right. This time we're going to go a little speedier. And feel the contraction to the side. Remember, upright to your torso. Good. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it to the left. Extend your arms. Press against that thigh. Reach to the ceiling. Can bend the knees a little bit more. Knees are evenly bent. Okay, hold. Draw that shoulder back. Legs. Woo. And then back to center here. Take a little break. Extend your legs. Take it back down. Maybe a little deeper this time. Take it to the right and left and right and left. Good. If you can, bend those knees a little bit more for 4 and 3. Crunch and 2 and 1. Hold it to the right. Extend your arms for that stretch. Press against that thigh. Draw that left shoulder back. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to straighten that left knee here. Okay, so here, pressing. You're going to pivot through the left toes. Okay, then you're going to reach that left arm out here. Cut. And then reach back as you pivot through your toes back into this position. Okay, then pivot through your toes. And then reach, cut here, lengthen, and then pivot. Try and keep that right knee bent the same amount. And then here, pivot through the toes, reach, cut, and then back, feeling that right leg. Good. And pivot and cut. Keep that right shoulder away from the ear. And here, one last time, pivot and cut. And then bring it back. And bend both knees even here, and left, and right, and left. So getting ready for the other side. Right, and right, left, and right. Maybe sink those hips on a little bit, no more, I know. And left, and right. Hold it to the left. Extend your arms out here. Draw that arm back, shoulder back, and then straighten that right leg. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pivot through the balls of that right foot. So you're going to pivot, left shoulder away from the ear, and cut as you bring that arm, and then back here, and then pivot, and reach. Sorry, I have the closet right here. And reach. Woo. And then back. Keep that left knee bent. And cut here. And then back. One more time. Here. And then back. Woo. And then back to center. Hands behind your head. And right. And left. And right. And left. 8 more. Sink those hips down. Maybe a little more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 here. Extend out and fold forward and hold. Whew. You can wiggle, whatever you need to do. Feel the stretch the backs of your legs, lengthen your spine. Good. Nice. And you can place your hands under you. You can bend your knees if you need to. Fingertips point behind you. You're going to press through your hands as you lift your chest forward. Okay, so really lengthen through that spine. Okay, remember, you can keep your knees bent if you need to. And hold as you breathe for 3, and 2, and 1. You're going to take that right arm, reach over to the left thigh, ankle. Try and keep your hips level. You're just going to pull in as you take that left arm up to the ceiling. Okay, just make sure your knees are not locked. You want to keep them soft. Drawing the shoulder back and lower down. Let's go to the other side. So left hand to thigh, shin, or ankle. Hips are level. Take that right arm up to the ceiling. Draw that right shoulder back. Find that twist. Checking in with those knees. They're soft, not locked out. And release. Bend through your knees. And you're going to roll up through your spine. Take it all the way up. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Excellent. And then go ahead and open up through your chest as you bend through your knees. Here, we're going to take a little rhomboid work as we pinch and pinch. Again, another chest opening, very important when we are sitting at computers a lot. For 3, and 2, and 1. Rise up, right arm across, pull it in with your left. Wiggle whatever you need to do. And bring that left arm forward. Here. Good. And shake it out. Very nice. And then just take it to a little twist. So a little stretch for our lower back. Good. 3, and 2, and 1. And bring our legs together. Okay, now we're going to take our left leg, reach back behind into a nice crescent. So arms are up here. Okay, just watch that lower back not jamming, slight pelvic tilt. Pressing that left heel back, right knee is bent. Make sure over your toes here, shoulders down, and holding that crescent. You want to feel the nice hip flexor stretch, okay? Good. So from here, we're going to take our arms, sweep them back behind and tuck our tailbone under here so that we find more of a stretch for that hip flexor, even more, okay? And reach up to crescent and then swoop, tuck, hip flexor stretch here. And then reach and then tuck as you bend that left knee, maybe dipping down a little bit lower. And reach, straighten and tuck. Good. And reach and swoop your arms down by your side here and hold. I'm going to take that left knee a little closer to the mat if you can, and then send that left arm at a diagonal. That left knee is just lifted up off of the mat, so working that leg, feeling that stretch as well as you reach to that diagonal. Good, good. And then back to level, hold your arms out to the side, take that knee in, further pulse and pulse. Just make sure your glute is squeezing so that knee is above the toes. For 4, reaching to your fingertips, 3, and 2, slow count. And 1, good. And step forward. Gonna send that right leg back behind in that crescent here, arms overhead. Okay, pressing that heel back, feeling that stretch in that hip flexor. Okay, great to stretch out the hip flexors when we sit a lot. It's always bent there. Okay, so hold. Knee is tracking above your toes. Bend the knee a little bit more if you can. Okay, good. Then swoop your arms back around and tuck. Stretch out that hip flexor a little bit more. And reach. And swoop and tuck. Good. And reach. And swoop. So getting a chest stretch as well. Maybe dipping down a little bit lower. And reach. And swoop. Tuck. Good. And reach. And swoop and tuck and hold. So that hip flexor, working the leg, squeezing that glute. Good. Keeping the knee close to the mat as you can. Reach that right arm at a diagonal. Nice long stretch. Fingertips all the way down to that knee. Good. And hold. Beautiful. Arms out to the side. You're going to take it to a pulse and pulse, reaching your arms out, fingertip to fingertip. Good. Just pulsing. Check in with that lower back. No strain. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise up. Step together. And take it into a simple squat. Feet are hip distance apart. Drop down, hands on your thighs, here, or here, or here, and just hold. And weight in your heels. Spine is in neutral. Shoulders away from the ears. Counting down for 10, and 9, and 8, and 7. You got it. 6, and 5. Go 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Rise all the way up. Excellent. You're going to do a quick set for our calves. Lift onto your toes. Heels down and lift. Down and lift. Good. And lift. Down and lift. Down and lift. Down and lift. Good. At this pace or a little faster. Good. Feeling that burn start to set in. Squeeze. Squeeze. Working those ankles as well. Good. Good. You're going to count down for 20 more counts. Do as many as you can. Here we go. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Good. Send that left leg back behind. Stretch out that calf. Whew. Nice. Tuck your tailbone under. Stretch out that hip flexor once again. And we're going to swing, shift your weight back. Hamstring stretch. Toes toward you. Good. Nice. Step forward, right foot back, stretch out that calf, pressing the heel into the mat as much as you can. Knee is straight without locking it. Good. And tuck, hip flexor once again. And shift. Pull your left toes up, lengthen to your spine, hands on that right thigh as you pull your toes toward you. And hold and breathe. Take that left leg, place it onto your right thigh, so you're going to get the glute as we work balance. Okay? Onto that right thigh, hands into prayer. If you want to scoot to a wall for support, feel free to sink your hips down. You want to feel that stretch in that gluteal on the left side. Good. Just hold. Stretching it out as you breathe. Good. If you want to fold all the way over, it's another option. You do you. With control, come on up. Right leg on that left thigh. Here. Sink down. Stretching that right gluteal. Hands into prayer. Or folding all the way over. Or reaching to the wall for support. And breathe. And come on up. Excellent. Go ahead and shake out your legs. Rotate through your hips. Good. And other direction. Yeah. Nice. And come on down to seated. Good. Cross your legs. Soles of the feet together. Hands around your ankles. Lift up. And press your knees up to the side. Or legs up to the side. Feel the inner thigh stretch. Or whatever is limiting. So it might be glutes. Really lengthen through that spine. And try not to round or arch. Nice neutral spine. Good. And come on up. Cross your legs. Take your left arm, reach overhead. So you ground that left hip. Reach, reach, reach. Right shoulder away from the ear. Feel it opening to the left side of your torso. Reach. Good. Okay, now we're going to take our left fingertips. You're going to reach a little further as we allow that left hip to rise. So reach. Okay, anchor your left fingertips and settle that left hip so you get a bigger stretch through the left side of your torso. And switch left arm down, right arm overhead. Starting with that right hip rounded. Feeling that side stretch. Reach a little further, anchor your right fingertips. Should feel really good. And come on up. Interlace your fingers behind you. Go ahead and stretch back. So another stretch for our chest. Can't do enough of those. And release and counter stretch. So round through your spine. Try to really round through that thoracic spine rather than that lower back. And lift all the way up here. And open your arms out, opening through that chest. Rotate to the right, spine twist. And then rotate to the left, spine twist. And to center. Head to your right shoulder, little nod. Looking for any areas of tightness. And circle to the front, over to the left shoulder, little nod. Any areas that might feel restricted. Just work the stretch through those areas. And to center here. Fingertips to the back of your head if you want to. Just gently press. And lift up. Okay, stretch up your wrist flexors and extensors. Under and over. Good. Shake it all out. Shake out your fingertips. Everything. Okay, we're going to finish off with our 2 breaths. First exhalation, just release any stress, tension out of your body. And refill, as always, only positive, good energy that will help you. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, big breath. And exhale, send it all out. Exhale, shh. Push, push, push all of it out. And only good things, good thoughts, good energy, good intentions. Gather, gather, gather. Place your hands together and bring them down into your heart center. Where it's stored there, whenever you need it. And we say, Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful week. See you next week.